Well, Keith, February flew by. We are now in March, and we're thinking about a lot of things that are coming up in the springtime.
Yes.
But we got teased with some warmer weather, and now we're a little bit frisky out there
Yeah,
today.
a little bit today. It's a little chilly, but I think we're going to hedge back towards the 60s pretty soon. 46 today. Partly sunny out there. We got sunshine, plenty of sunshine. Track is fast. That's the good thing.
Yep.
We're dry. That's another good thing. So yeah, no rain right now today. So I'm looking forward to getting this weekend kick-started. Busy weekend around the country
Yes.
with some of these Derby preps and everything like
Yes.
that. We'll talk about our Preakness future wager.
Yes.
Well, I just mentioned it now.
Yeah.
It's already started, and we're going to touch upon it later in lightning round. But we talked about this card. Interesting little card. We've got a maiden special weight race that you like.
Yes.
I think it's race 6. Yeah, so looking forward to it.
Countdown to being back on the outside set officially begins now since
Oh,
it is
yeah.
March. And
go.
the countdown, 59 minutes to that early pick 5 that starts in race number 1. A starter optional 30,000 going 5.5 on the dirt for these girls 4 and up. Scratching the outside 6, Olive Cat.
Yeah.
We're taking a look. Keith, you and I both have the rail horse. Spicy Margarita now in the barn of Kieran McGee. Carlos Lopez, second after the claim.
Yeah, second off of that reclaim, no doubt about it. Ran very well last time. Maybe just on a little bit better part of the racetrack, but prompted a very fast horse in Speak Your Mind. A horse has been in form for trainer Susan Cooney and got the better of that one and dug in well at the 6 furlongs. I think this one has some back numbers to go back to, can reach that. And yes, she's going to have to deal with Lady Serenity, Golden Can just to her outside, even Winky. She's got to break clean. Don't think she necessarily needs to lead, especially at 5.5. Looking for Carlos Lopez to get her in a position and improve it from the quarter-mile pole home.
You also
Yeah.
include in the number 7, as do I, with Royal Whisper on the outside, currently 6-5 right now. Taking a look at that effort, 2 back, going back shorter distance.
Yeah, back at 6 furlongs. And, she's been able to run well, Callie, on that move back from a mile to 5.5 before this race at 6 furlongs. It's a good effort. You see Winky in there as well. Caught wide early, moved up to contention, and I thought ran really big to the wire. It just gets beat ahead here. My Flicker, we've talked about, had that little trouble there. My Flicker has gone on to do some bigger and better things.
Right.
Really got good for Lacey Gaudet. But Royal Whisper, definitely going to like the flow that's in front of her with those horses to the inside of her. Probably going to do some battle. She'll be lurking and making, I think, a pretty strong run. That last 1/8 of a mile, Mama's G's Wish, similar form. She's been freshened up a little bit. Just missed last time behind a key horse in Watch Your Tone. But we might get just a touch better price, some value with the
Right.
1, Spicy Margarita.
And that's kind of the angle that we went for there.
Yeah.
1-7-5-2 for Keith Fusel there in race number 1. Race number 2 starts Keith's early pick 4. No single today. I had a hefty ticket too, so this makes me not feel bad about my hefty ticket.
Yeah, it was one of those again. We talked about. I don't have huge prices, but I think you can kind of string together a 3-1, a 5-1, a
Sure.
7-2, and make out okay. And touch not Spicy Margarita, but Royal Whisper. That's the one thing I want to talk about real quick.
Yes.
Gorham back 3 for 8 the last
Oh, I know.
14 days, $7 ROI. So let's look at this early pick 4 ticket. Unfortunately, scratch down, take out the 1, the 4, and the 5 in race 2. I go 3 and 6. Disputed Claim, Arden's Lucky to Be. Hit the all button if you like, and we'll cost you a whole lot more. Race 3 with the 2, 4, Blue Kingdom. Interesting firster here for Feliciano. And the 8, Bandits Golden Child. We'll touch upon that breeding. I think you should be familiar with it. Race 4 with the 4, 5, and 6. 3 deep there. Your value would be the 6 for Trombi. Race 5, 3 deep again with the 5, 6, and 7.
Why not?
Chelonian, kind of a bigger number with Chavez and Lacey Godet. $27 for that early pick 4.
Let's start with that first leg, of course. Watered down field in this allowance, going 3/4 of a mile on the dirt, scratching the 1, 4, and 5. Keith, let's get right to it. Let's go ahead and take a look at that effort between Disputed Claim and Arden's Lucky to Be last time out.
Well, Arden's Lucky to Be on February the 2nd definitely had the better trip, the clear trip. You're going to see that one up on the lead. 6 horse caught in between horses, 3 wide in between was Disputed Claim. Steady long, got a little bit of traffic here into the turn. Never really got comfortable. And this is a gelding for Mike Girales and 1,000 watts. Has the ability to lay a little bit closer. 3-horse field today.
Has to.
Not as quick as Arden's lucky to be, I don't think, through the opening quarter or even Dark Timber. Just a clean break to track those two. Willingness to close in. Just such a short price it's going to be on the 6th. I'll take a little flyer here at the Speedy Claim. Not really a flyer. It's a good horse. I think if he avoids traffic, can be a major player. And I think he can grind it out the last 1/8 of a mile.
There we have it. 3, 6, and 2. Of course, Arden's Lucky to Be will be. It'll be it's going to be interesting with the way. Dark Timber and Arden's Lucky to Be, because Arden's Lucky to Be got it easy last time out.
Did 2-back try okay. He was unfortunately DQ'd out of the same condition 3 races back, but Diane McClure's got this one going really, really good. I think he races with this a little bit of a hood.
Yep.
And is focused now, and I think can really relax outside of Dark Timber if need to be. It's going to be tough to beat.
Interesting enough. 3, 6, 2 for Keith Fustel in race number 2. Race number 3 is a maiden claiming 45, going 5.5 on the dirt for the 3-year-olds. Let's touch on your top selection in Metagooch for Robbie Bales, J-Ron Barbosa. Really nice lightning switch, light switch effort last time out.
He's had a couple issues, the 2-back and 3-back try. Kind of put it together, but even had a little adversity at the gate, just a slight bump and a little bump going to the half-mile pole with Peeling Lad, a horse we're going to see in here today. But sharp, second Lasix has been a good angle for Robbie Bales. Barbosa inside with positional speed, 5.5 shorter run. Man, I think he's just cycling just in the right direction.
Right.
He's with a good break, he stays the trip. Somebody's got to jump up and run big to beat him. I think he's there from the get-go.
And let's talk about, we have to discuss, of course, on the outside, Bandit's Golden Child for Jerry Robb, Xavier Perez. Of course, you take a look right away at the breeding there, Keith.
Yeah, half to Anna's Bandit, 17 for 39, 800,000. Bandit's Warrior, another pretty good horse. This mare, 5 starters, 2 of them have won, debut, and another one third. So all 5 are winners. So there's lots to like. Bandit's Golden Child, a clear run from the outside today. And just avoid that little duck out or veer out. Sometimes these horses, lacking some experience, even experienced horses, when you throw them all the way out there with nobody outside of them, they can do some quirky things. But I'm sure Jerry Robb's going to have this one cranked up and ready to go.
Yeah, I don't put too much weight on that coming from the barn that it's coming from. You also include the number 4, Blue Kingdom, Benny Feliciano Jr., Gina Vello. And Gina Vello, 3 for 7 for Benny as of lately.
Yeah, Vello, good rider. Mare, it's not a whole lot there when you're digging first Mondays. Not a whole lot to go on the stallion. But we're going to trust in the stat for Benny Feliciano. 3 for 11. 5 for 11 with firsters the past 3 years on the dirt with an 871 ROI. We saw one recently, might be running today. A horse is coming back. He got a lot of trouble and still overcame it to get the job done. So he's had these horses ready to go. I don't think Blue Kingdom's going to be anything different. I mean, looking at everything, it's a protect move. I think this horse, they might even been able to get away with running this horse a little less, looking at the overall picture. That might mean something here.
And then you round things up with the number 7 Peeling Lad, Benny Perkins. Jamie Rodriguez gets the call here today. 2 for 7 as of lately, Benny Perkins Jr. with his second-time starters.
Yeah, he's done okay. And not a slew. Last 5 years, you're going further back. Yeah, 25% ROI, close to $3. This one got a little bump with my top selection last time out of the gate. Went up forward, but it was out of a really good mare. She was fast, Bell's Irish Fancy. I could see this one improve a little bit second time out.
2847 for Keith Fustel in race number 3. Race number 4 is in allowance. It also starts the Rainbow Pick 6. Let's take a look at my ticket really quickly. 2-5 is where I begin things. Just go 2 deep, then 3 deep in race number 5. I go 7 deep. Honestly, I love you could make a case for a lot of them in that maiden special weight, maiden claiming actually, in race number 6. So again, it is a maiden special weight. 7 wide there. Single in on the number 2 in race number 7 with Prado Road. Why not? Easy grab. Will be coming at a short price for sure. And then 2 deep in 4-5. Race number 9, 1 and 4. We'll have a nice little stat from Keith in race number 9. A $33.60 ticket. And let's get back to that leg that starts it in that allowance going 6 furlongs on the dirt for the girls. It was scratching the outside in the 7, Graceful Rose. You and I both have the number 5, Berzina. Very, very sharp filly for Jamie Ness, Jamie Rodriguez yet again.
It's a tough race. I mean, this one, again, is there anybody going to have that close with a flourish move? I think maybe the 6, How Sweet She Is, off a break. Berzina, though, in a barn, I mean, going from one good barn to another, but a barn that excels with the fillies and mares, almost like 40% I looked at on the dirt off the claim the last couple of years. She hasn't won. It's 6 furlongs, but she is 4 for 6 in the money, and she just has enough tactical speed to lay up right behind Hide Right Away, Sweet Shugs into a set. Those horses are quick. They all kind of necessarily need it, but they got to be there turning for home. I think she gets the first jump on the deeper closers. Could be even a horse like I Have Courage, but I'll take a shot here with Berzina. She's held pretty decent form.
Let's talk about How Sweet She Is, returning back to a dirt track from and off of the layoff, of course, from that synthetic effort at Presque Isle Downs. Takes the weight off, could make things a little bit more attractive for a potential price.
Yeah, and you think maybe needs one. You know, you look at that stat, not the greatest for Trombi, but Chavez, very capable live rider, plenty of speed to set things up, little change of surfaces here. I think she's going to like the flow that she's going to see up in front of her. She's going to get it. Might be a little bit late to the party, but I think Exactus Tri Super is very difficult to leave off the ticket.
Absolutely. I was just about to see who she was against the field in that return to races off of that winter break. But I think amongst this type of, she's definitely one to consider underneath. You also go with the number 4 to set.
Yeah.
Mikey Gorham, Raul Mena, hard to deny right now after the weekend they had last weekend.
Definitely improved stamina for this filly by Moser the last couple starts. A win, 2 races back, and gutted it out a long way. Sent, railed, dueled sharp, 3 for 6 at this distance. She was able to outfoot a couple of the horses to the inside. Now, Hide Right Away got off a little bit slow that race, so maybe things might be a little bit closer. If she clears, though, with the way she's run her last 2, and it was against the grain last time, she definitely could be gone in race number 4.
And there we go, 5-6-4-2 for Keith Fusel there in race number 4, starting that Rainbow Pick 6. Race number 5 starts at the late pick 5 in that starter optional 20,000. 7 furlongs on the dirt, scratching the 1, caught red-handed, and that is your rail horse that was a scratch. So we get a new rail horse, but we're going to go ahead and talk about no easy days for Daniel McKenzie, Javian Toledo. Take a look-see last time out while stepping it up in class.
Here's a horse that likes Laurel Park, 4 for 9 on his career, with a 2nd and a 3rd, off the claim for 10 up into the starter, and it wasn't the easiest of groups. You've got Nottoway, proven. His name in Sue's come back, ran a big number. Strugard was a nest runner, I believe. So this one, Relax, was called 4-5 wide early, and then makes this good, strong run, a sustained run, three deep into the stretch. Kicks away to win, going away by 3. It looks to me, no easy days. He likes to sprint. 6, 7 furlongs might be his optimal distance. I think when he's razor sharp, he's capable going longer. But this might be his spot. And you're looking at the field today. Masai Man could be the horse that goes along with Sumo. I think he gets that tracking position again and beat a pretty good bunch last time. I know that was the 8 starter stepping up here. He's capable right back.
Let's talk about Chaloinian for now. Lacey Gaudet, Chavez, kind of looking to bounce back from that effort, and cutting back in distance, I think, might be a help and a bit of a confidence booster for this one.
Again, a price with a live rider, Rosado. He went for the other horse, right, for Sumo. Yeah, I mean, so tough little tell here. But I just thought this horse, I liked this horse last time at a price. Got down inside, got a little uncomfortable leaving the far turn. And just said, you know what, no mas. I'm kind of done today. I like this little turn back here to 7 furlongs, just a furlong shorter, a draw outside where he can relax a little bit. Again, does he have that kind of get up and go early as a couple of these? I don't think, but a grinding style that certainly warrants a little attention underneath Exactus Tries and Super. Looking for some kind of value here at a 15 to 1 morning line.
Why not Casanova Kitten? I don't know if this one's going to really be coming at a value, but one that you have to consider for Kieran McGee.
Yeah, I think this horse is going to take plenty of play. He just ran into a buzzsaw. AC Express ran a big number. This horse, 7 furlong 6, might be just perfect. Made that move, just couldn't quite get going. The number stands up against these. I think this one's good for Kieran dropping back. It's not the greatest of stats when I looked at it. Route the sprint in claimers, second off the claim. But this horse is good for him. This horse will be tough from off of it.
5762 for Keith Fustel in race number 5. We will be right back after this commercial to talk about the rest of Friday's card.
When it comes to getting back in the game, there's only one team to turn to. The team more high school, collegiate, and professional athletes train and recover with. That team is MedStar Sports Medicine. For more than 30 years, MedStar has served as a leader in the diagnosis, treatment, and rehabilitation of orthopedic and sports-related injuries. Ranked among the top programs in the Maryland and Washington regions, we offer rapid access to athletes of all levels. Let the pros who treat the pros treat you. MedStar Sports Medicine.
And we're back starting this Jackpot Super High 5 in the maiden special weight. Also starts the late pick 4. Keith, we go a little bit of a spreaderama in here. 6 furlongs on the dirt for these straight 3-year-old fillies. You go with the number 3 on top. Gate Song for Ned Allard gets the blinkers on. Forest Boy stays on as well.
Yeah, I thought the debut was pretty good. Now, Hart came back to run at 68, wasn't a major player. And Destination, kind of the next couple, a good try and then a little bit flat. But I went back and watched this. She was down inside. She got position after breaking a little bit slow, had to ease back, worked outward in lane, and kept on very willingly. I thought sneaky good to the wire. That 10 1/4 doesn't scare me as much as it originally did when I first looked at the PP. So visually it works. Lasix on, blinkers on, lots of other angles second out that work for this Ned Allard trainee. Arrogate, really good family, a win early family and a strong family.
Yes.
Positioned on or near the lead, and Forrest isn't going to panic. That's what I like about her, and she'll get this one in position to bring that finish.
It's interesting. There's a lot of good first out, first, second, third time out on the bottom side on a lot of these entrants. But Gate Song having a little bit of a bottom should help things out as well. Let's talk about the number 8, though. Shining Spirit. Mike Gorham, Raul Mena, 12-1 on the morning line, but somehow seemed to attract our attention, Keith.
First time blinkers, first time Lasix last time. A little stumble, but was able to recover. Just gets beat late, my sugar boo. Backing up a furlong. Again, this one's going to be forwardly placed. I don't think she necessarily needs it either. And again, you're getting good value here. I like your shot. Taking a shot, 12-1 morning line. We get that double digits. We're definitely going to go to the windows and Gate Song at 5-1. So maybe a couple horses that value you can key around and exact as top and bottom. And you talked about it. You were, 7 deep in here?
I was.
Yeah, you've got to use a bunch of horses.
There's just so many interesting horses here.
Puddin' Pie ran very good in debut. Was well meant. Out of that family, we see for Dark Hollow does a good job up there in Baltimore County. Puddin' Pie, a player. I thought Diana Marici's horse ran very good. Look at those internals, 23 flat, 46-2, battling. Just to fade a little bit.
Buchero, 23% with his second-time starters as well. I mean, breeding in these kind of fields carries a long way. So, yeah, absolutely glad that you have that one in your picks.
And we didn't even talk about the 5. You've got the 5. I'll let you talk about it. Crusader Rabbit. I like the name. This 3-year-old filly by Into Mischief out of a Grade 1 winning mare.
Exactly. A Grade 1 sprinter winning the La Brea. She had some tactical ability. Good enough. She won first out. She not only won first out, Grade 1 sprinter, as we mentioned. The half-sibling showed something routing second time out. So they put the half-sibling to the route distance right away, which kind of gives me a little bit of a pause for a first-time start sprinting. But you have, of course, a Brittany Russell starter. That one's going to be coming in well-conditioned. You have the gate works. You have a lot to support it. That's why I just left this one in my exacta because, again, Brittany Russell, very easy grab in a first-time starter. But I think and again, comes out of a Grade 1 winning sprinter. But at the same time, that's where this field is. That's what I'm saying. And so for you – and you didn't include, but we had to talk about it. Again, very interesting field here in the 6th.
Certainly, the breeding just catches anything by Into Mischief. You dig a little deeper with that mare. Yes, Pletcher had this horse, looks like going back last year.
Yes.
Down in Florida, and now back up here, a little break in the works. He talked about the sibling Burkett's Maiden going 1.125 miles, I think it was, in its 4th start. So maybe this filly wants to go a little bit longer. If she's a super short price, I'm going to have to take a little shot again.
This is where you're going to have to, stick around and watch how this filly looks in the paddock. Is she going to look like a sprinter to win for the day, or is she going to look like one? Is she a bit bigger? If she's a bit bigger on the bigger side, wait on her for next time.
Yeah, and you've got the other Brittany,
Exactly.
the higher price Brittany.
Yes.
And the two, Hannah Good, was taking the rate off a real pedestrian pace last time up in New York. Sheldon went up the ride on that track and just never got going. Once he kind of asked her mid-turn, dead flat, a little protect late. She took plenty of play in there. 6 winning siblings, interesting. And they've caught a couple prices with Cruz in the past here, if I'm not mistaken.
They have 3 of the 6 other half siblings either won or just missed for a win second time out. Dam also won second time out in Saratoga. Wasn't the quickest work mare. So just second time out is kind of a key for the number 2 on the bottom side there. 3-8-4-1 for Keith Fusel there in race number 6. Race number 7 is an allowance optional 62.5 going 7 furlongs on the dirt. Keith, you have the number 7 on top. Let's talk about Work is Life here in the barn of Mikey Juralis, Horacio Caramano. It's potentially a good day for Mikey Juralis.
Yeah. I mean, and Brittany lined up again with Prado Road is going to be crushed. But Work is Life, I was hoping Force of Justice would have been in here. Scratched, unfortunately. He's very, very quick. Could have taken it, made this favorite Prado Road work even harder. But Work is Life, I thought, ran pretty well. First time in the barn, a little step up to the maiden special weight, and Lasix went on. 7/8 of a mile, they didn't go super fast. Caramano's had to get in this guy around the turn.
Right.
What I liked is he didn't come up flat. He sustained and went by, went clear, in hand late. Back at the 7/8 of a mile, proven at the distance, just wish a little bit more speed, right? I think we're still going to have some flow in here with Had to Have on Prado Road and even maybe Bruder. But Workers' Life made enough of a jump first time in this barn to give me a little shot to try to upset at a better price.
And there we go. Let's discuss Prado Road, and let's go ahead and take a look at that effort last out for Brittany Russell.
Well, this was good, off of a little break from October to mid-December. Dalinar, a next out winner, and you can just watch Sheldon here around the turn. No panic whatsoever. The rider outside on Dalinar is kind of coaxing along, but Sheldon just still sitting motionless as the field hits the top of the stretch. And here he's going to go ahead and say go, and Prado Road is gonna go. So there he goes. And the Eternals, okay, 22-4, 46-4, widening out under pressure, comes back now off of a break. Couple works under its belt. Everything looks like it's lining up for Prado Road. Let's see if he can get that extra furlong today with a little pressure. Yeah, I knew he was really going to have to work with Force of Justice because I don't think anybody was as quick as him through that opening 3/8. He kind of worked his way down inside. But with that one out, he might just try to go ahead and go and take the initiative.
Exactly. You also have to include Capcom, Mike Trombetic, Victor Carrasco stays on the rail here. And I think this one could potentially like the rail for the situation today.
Yeah, we have had he's just been unfortunate. He was scratching the stake, right, if I'm not mistaken. And so Had to Have him. He's running the speed in his Circle P, the 1-2 runners in that stake. He can stay around, and he's got a back number of a 70. Yeah, you're going to need to run something like that, maybe a little bit more. But I've always kind of liked this horse, and I think just finding that perfect middle ground, 7/8, I think is going to work.
And that's what I saw. I mean, he showed so much precociousness in that first start. So it's anytime you just expect that, and it just I think got green after that. So you said it. I think the 7 furlongs for today might help him out.
Yeah, Prado Road tough, though. I look back at that race
Yes.
again. We'll talk about it on the 70. 2/5 faster than open allowance fillies and mares. I know fillies and mares, but that was a salty group of like stakes type fillies and mares. You got a 2-year-old that went 2/5 quicker. That's saying something. But yeah, we'll take a shot. Work His Life 7-2-1-4. I know Map. He's interesting. He's another one that's got a touch, like a touch of cheat, touch of hang. He gets it done. He's going to battle you. But sooner or later, everything's going to click with this guy, and he's got some follow-through in his races that I think are definitely upcoming.
7-2-1-4 for Keith Fusel there in race number 7. Race number 8 is a restricted allowance going 1 1/8 on the dirt for the 4-year-olds and up. Scratch in the 3, Shellback. Keith, you have the number 5. Let's go ahead and take a look at Delise Vita for Phil and Forrest. 2 back when they first teamed up.
Yeah, 2 back. So this is a tough starter 20, open 30 claimer. Bodie's maker, going today's distance, 1.125 miles, off that duel and ranges up 4 wide. Battles. I think runs game. And this guy gotten back onto a fast track. Seems like it's propelled him, a little bit more. And he's got it together off of a 2 other than try last time out. We're backing up here to the state bred, a other than. Looks like he should have a touch of a class advantage over what he's been facing, but he's got to run into Frightland Crossland. I think Dulwich Vita again, though. Shorter field. Forrest will just spy those two inside. I think Frightland doesn't have the speed of the 5. Crossland may go ahead and go, so maybe it's just a prompt and go on with it, proven at the 1.125 distance.
We'll see if that helps out there for the 1.125 miles. As you mentioned, in Crossland, Frightland underneath, and the number 1 Giordani for Jamie S. and Jamie Rodriguez on the rail.
Yeah, this one's going to need a little help. Giordani, we know, can kind of just grind it away all day long. Crossland's interesting. I think it's probably going to be a go from the inside. Because I don't. If Dulwich Vita gets the lead and can just kind of cruise up front, rated along, could be very difficult. Frightland, everything got together last time.
Right.
Big number, lifetime best.
Right.
Never looked like a loser down the backside. On what I thought was a little bit of the better part of the racetrack on the 11. Was shocked nobody went in on this horse for 25, 3 in life. They're smiling right now. They've got it going right back here in this state bred first level allowance, state bred, state sired, and could get it done.
And that's it. Look at the same thing happened with Charming Way. They put that horse down for 25 to get some confidence in, and then went on and went forward from that as Keith Fustel goes at 5-2, 4-1. And in race number 9, our finale of the day is a maiden claiming 12-5, going 6 furlongs on the dirt for the straight 3-year-olds. Keith, you have the number 9, and you have a nice little stat on Scenic Moon for Jerry and Tori Alba.
Yeah, we're going to go right for this. And, I think Tori Alba's a rider you got to pay serious attention to. John Robb, last 5 years, 6 for 16, 38%, 12 for 16 the money. Maidens going turf to dirt. We're going to get that. 358 is your ROI. It was a little interesting. And the bottom side mare was good. She was good turf. Malibu Moon, I still think is a little bit better. Is also on the dirt. That's my thought. Freshened up a little bit. This is the jam job. Little frustrations, it looks like. And going to try to get it done off the break from October 22nd. We've got Lasix going on. We've got some questionable speed types in here. Horses that don't really want to quite finish up, follow through. Scenic Moon, watch the flow, and hopefully, he's probably an all or nothing type. I think he's first, not last, but Ricky Bobby. I think he's first or off the board. But that's me. I think he can make a run by these horses.
And you talk about the number 1 in Return Fire, Rudy Sanchez Salmon, Jamie Rodriguez. Also, not going to say this one is an all or nothing as well, but definitely speed do or die there.
Yeah, he's second. Is what he likes to do.
Exactly.
10 starts, 5 seconds. He's going to be put into the race. I don't think he's quite as quick maybe as Uncle Chinito. The 7 horse I think is going to rock and roll towards the front. But I think he can chase. Definitely has the bottom to stay on. Like if he gets hooked, if somebody makes that move, and they look like they got a little hang. This guy's got enough seasoning to probably outlast them that last 1/8 of a mile.
Fair enough. There we have it, 9-1-4-7 for Keith there in the finale there. Let's touch on a couple of more of those key plays in the lightning round for the value plays. You start with 2.
Yeah.
Value play number 1, race number 6, on the number 3 Gate Song at 5-1 for Ned Allard and Forest Boys.
I think that's a square price. Good enough. I don't have anything leaping. Yeah, Cheloni's a horse I've got at 15-1 to use into the mix. We've got that other horse, a Gorm 12 to throw into. But I think it's a horse I can trust. The family is there. I love the family when you look through it. Ned Allard second out, teaming up with Forest Boys. This horse ran sneaky good. I know beaten 10. Ran better than that and gets a lot of pluses here second time out.
Your second value play we just talked about in race number 9 on Scenic Moon. Jerry Robb, Tori Alba, one to watch out for. Shake and bake.
Yes, I mean, we'll see. Stat just kind of grabs you right there. There's lots of stats looking at this angle, the angles for Jerry Robb in the situation. Interesting. Got Tori Alba. Okay, maybe take a little attention off of it, and hopefully he can go on by late.
And now we had the Preakness Future Wager in 2023. It went well. doors opened for that first pool yesterday. They close at 8 p.m. on Saturday, tomorrow, March 2nd.
Okay.
So the pool is going to open back up on April 26th, but focus on what you can get now. A $2 minimum in the Preakness Future Win Wager, 18% takeout. But we're taking a look at the 40 horses that we have on here. Of course, Nisos for Baffert is a highlight there.
Yeah, and as we know, the Baffert horse doesn't look like nothing's going to the Derby, right? So with that situation, how impressive that horse has been, Baffert's, how good he's been in the Preakness. Yeah, that's the horse you kind of hope he, because I was going to lay a couple bucks, I hope he drifts back up a little bit. We'll see how things pan out later in the day tomorrow. But yeah, over 300,000 in this wager last year, which surprised me a little bit. But
no, it shouldn't surprise you.
The fans
it's a good
took
setup.
to it. The fans took to it. We're already, I think, close to 40,000 right now as we speak, and lots of value still abounds on that board. Last year, just talking about it, National Treasure paid $780, right, winning.
Yep.
But his Preakness Future wager, you got $26.80.
There we
so
have
you got to have a little luck. You still got to get there.
Yes.
And I know my partner Bill. I just hate rubbing salt into the wound. I mean, he had Blazing Sevens.
You
I think
love it.
who just got beat at like 28 to 1.
Sure.
Yeah, that's tough beat. But so yeah, it's fun. You kind of pick a couple. Hopefully, you play 3 or 4 of them. A couple of them get to the race, and you get that value there. So Nisos, obviously, the Baffert horses are going to take some attention. He's got a couple right now sitting there. Maymon 39, I thought was impressive. 39 to 1. Muth at 43, and Coach Prime when I just last looked at 33 to 1. So if you're on that train, on that angle, there you go.
Yeah, with the right, I'm just taking a look at the current pools right now. Nisos is at just almost 10 grand, while all other 3-year-olds, that's the second biggest pool at just getting over 3 grand. So great, it was a good result that we had. Just we're ready for more. We're ready to bring you this field for 2024, but we're going to focus on the card right now for March 1st, 2024, and so will Dave Rodman with his changes and scratches for you.
All right, good luck, everybody.